Hello, ladies and also gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Virtue's Last Reward. Not Zero's Last Reward. Zero's Last Reward is a coffin. Welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. We have just gotten out of the security room, and Fee is here, along with the ghost of Luna. Ooh. That was really stupid. I apologize. We just got out of security, but we just realized, hey, wait a minute, we never freaking tried to roll back the cameras and see what was going on. So let's go see if we can find out any actual nuggets of information.
But we totally forgot that security systems like this can do more than show you live footage.
Well, yeah, I just said that, Fee.
Are you following me?
Fum. Yeah. You know how it's supposed to be recorded, right? Footage of the past. They store that we might be able to see it.
I don't know how much luck we'll have, but it's worth a shot.
Of course it's worth a shot. So, what do we do?
Leave that to me.
You know how to use this thing?
Well, it was designed so that a human could operate it. That means there's a logic to how it's set up.
Are you sure it wasn't designed so that Zero Jr. could operate it?
A computer computes, a calculator calculates, and an automobile mobiles.
Automatically?
Everything's designed to do something, and once you know what, you can start guessing how.
That's very true, but at the same time, stay away from any nuclear reactors. You are scaring me.
Once you start to figure out how to get it to do things, it's just a question of playing with it until it does the things you want it to. See?
Monitoring video data. Looks like this is it.
Knock it off. Makes it sound like you're better than me or something.
Why? Seriously, he said good job to you. Like, I don't know. I think she has very, very low self-esteem because she is super prickly about any indication. Okay, I'm knocking it off. I'm taking back the good job bit. What the heck is this? Everything says no data.
Let's check the log. Damn it. This isn't good. Looks like all the video data was removed before we got here.
Well, that's rude.
That would be my guess. All it says here is administrator.
Well, that's a little frustrating to be sure. That footage could have told us a lot.
Yeah. It might have given us what we need to figure out who the killer is, too. The camera in room 2 in the crew quarters would have recorded what happened to Alice and Luna.
How am I supposed to use this information at other timelines if I don't have the information?
Same for the old woman in the warehouse. And if there was a recording of us being carried into the AB rooms.
Oh, that's very true. For a second I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
We could have even figured out who Zero Sr. is.
Well, of course that would be deleted. Hey, what's this?
You want to open it?
What is it?
It says Golem status.
It should be the system logs of those robots. I told you about them in the pantry, remember?
Yeah. You mean the room full of robots on the other side of the green door?
I do indeed.
Here we go.
Scroll down. I think here's round race 2.
Looks like it.
I guess there's only one. Go into the recycling bin. Wait.
What is it?
There's a scroll bar. Try scrolling down. I knew it. That golem we met is still functional.
What do you mean? I thought you told me Golem, or whatever his name was, started spitting smoke and keeled over.
Yeah? He said it is what passes for a golem's brain, I guess, was in the main computer. Only his body was disabled. His brain probably still functioning. Can we see his logs?
Already on it. Here you are.
Try the one that says cache. I know it's actually cache. These file names just seem like random characters. There, just pick one and open it, I guess.
Sure. This is
So he said he had downloaded a lot of information about us so he would know all about us before he woke up. So there's going to be some things in there about a lot of things. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was probably right after Kay decked us. We're tossing the white door on the left in a minute. Just watch. Interesting. So his brain is still collecting information. This isn't what he collected before he got disabled.
Interesting.
And he picked Phi up and dragged me along.
This is the footage the Golem pulled from the main server. The original data was deleted, but it looks like the stuff he pulled is still here. So, if we go back through these files...
I am worried about Zero Jr. deleting it. I'll be able to figure out who the killer is, or maybe who Zero Senior is.
Nice. Great work, Sigma.
Don't say it like that. It makes it sound like you're better than me. I told you I don't need you guys to kiss my ass. Besides, I don't think I really did anything. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he noticed the scroll bar. He started going through the rest of the files. Sure, OK and Dio clearly passing through the white door on the far right.
Good. Looks like they're both fine.
That just leaves Sime, Oji, Clover, and Quark. I'll have to continue, then it happened. My vision suddenly blurred, and shaking my head did nothing to clear it. Oh god. It must be fever dreams. I staggered. My balance was gone. That's super interesting and not at all weird. What? Why is she talking like a chipmunk? She sounds like someone's playing a tape of her voice all sped up. What's going on here? I can't understand. It almost feels like Sigma's a robot. You know, with all of a sudden his, like, connections are processing information much faster. Either that or he's having, like, an event where... Because they say, whenever you get into significant danger, your brain starts processing information much, much, much faster than it typically does. The only time we really run into it is if you've ever been, like, driving and your car hydroplaned. You can definitely, like, feel that you can't control your car, but it seems like time slows down because you just start processing information so much faster. Why is she moving so fast? It's like watching a video on fast forward. What the hell is... Wait. Obviously it's you. My brain is slowing down somehow. So it just looks like everything is speeding up. What's really weird about that, and what makes me think that Sigma might actually be a robot... I'm going to say like Kay, even though I don't actually think Kay is but perhaps Sigma's a golem. Ooh, I wonder if the old lady was killed to get Sigma into the game, without Sigma necessarily knowing about it. But because that high-pitched voice happens when you artificially speed something up, and it causes it to increase in pitch. I don't know this, but I'm relatively sure that if you just are hearing something a lot faster than you're processing it, that effect won't happen. Still couldn't make out what she was saying, so I just nodded weakly. My eyes drifted shut as I tried to sort out what was happening to me. I woke up several minutes later. The first thing I saw was the ceiling of the security office. I sat slowly, rumping tenderly in my head. 5 had been seen from while my mother stood up and walked over as soon as she heard me move. She's at least moving at a normal rate.
You okay?
Her voice sounded normal again. And she wasn't moving strangely either. Whatever had been happening seemed to have stopped. I let out a quiet sigh of relief. Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, it's hard not to worry about that.
You sure? That's good. You really looked like you'd lost it for a minute there.
Well, I seem to have found it again. This is the security office. Maybe they've gotten lost or found.
Your sanity's pretty easy to miss. I'm surprised anyone found it, let alone turned it in. Well, looks like I don't have anything to worry about.
I mean, oh, she was worried about me. Yeah. I think I just must be getting tired. I'm surprised I didn't catch up to me sooner.
I hope that's all it is. You haven't caught a disease or something, have you?
Kitty, don't hit things. Ooh, I wonder. Yeah, is this Sigma 6? Radical 6? Sigma 6, that'd be a dead giveaway. For just a moment I thought of Radical 6. I don't want to worry fine too much if I didn't have to. Better stay quiet about it. What are the symptoms of Radical 6? I don't remember. Although, are they in the archives? I don't have anything about Radical 6. There's a lot of stuff I've never found.
Well, you're looking a lot better, so I can stop worrying, right?
What are you, my mom?
Fine. No more check-ins. Anyway, I figured something out while you were resting. Come have a look at this. Footage from room 2 in the crew quarters. The room where we found Alice and Luna. I dug it out of Gollum's cache.
Well, obviously, that's the only place we can get information, so where else would you dig it out of? When was this recorded?
See you in a minute.
Looks like some kind of time code. I see. I guess it's talking about this here that is blurred out.
Can you figure it out?
No, because I can't even see it. Just a bunch of numbers. I can't make heads or tails of it.
Yeah. The central server seems to be using its own time system. Files appear to be named based on that system. They might as well be random to you and me, which made it pretty hard to find this gem.
Oh, it's K.
Yeah.
What's he doing? What's his bracelet here? We're checking how much time is left.
I'll just pause that and magnify it.
Oh, wow. We're at CSI now. Magnify? Zoom? Magnify? 21 minutes. That means footage for 21 minutes before the primary doors opened, right?
Exactly.
And that would have been the white doors in this case.
Yes. After Kay leaves this room, it's about 2 minutes before he comes back with you and me.
There were 20 minutes on the clock when we met up with him, right? That means what we're seeing is Kay 1 minute before he saw us. So presumably that means Luna and Alice are dead in the room right now.
Right.
Because this is right after he tried to resuscitate Luna.
Yeah, if you believe him.
Well, what... Is this where the recording
The
starts?
footage here doesn't show any of that. I looked around, but I couldn't find one. The only stuff left is shot from this position. Even so, I think we've gotten our hands on something important.
I mean, that's the problem. Does the footage just start with him staying in the middle of the room like that, or did we see him walk in or anything? Because I definitely saw a blank room for a second. This is what happened right around the time of Luna's death, right?
Exactly. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. I'll move back to the start of this file so we can see it in chronological order.
Okay, good. That's
Let's say
what I was
this is 0 hours, 0 minutes. After all, it's not like we know what time it actually is. So, this is the start of our footage.
All right, yeah, and this is when we can't see Kay. So is he going to walk in from this angle down here, or is he going to come through the doorway?
Yeah. About a minute goes by before anyone shows up.
Wait, how do you know it's been a minute?
This.
Oh, that's the hourglass we used earlier.
Yeah. If I play it back at normal speed, I can measure time using this hourglass.
You assume normal speed is real time.
Then I just add the time from the hourglass, and that's how far in we are.
Someone's coming in. Okay, so they're... Is that Clover behind her?
Yeah. This is 0 hours, 1 minute. Right now you and I are talking to Dio in the Floor B warehouse.
I guess you could use that by cross-referencing with other footage.
With the time frame we've established, calculating what we're doing is pretty easy.
What's going on? Are they fighting? It's not like, it looks like Clover's just going off on Luna. He's just standing there silent, listening to her.
Yeah.
Can we hear them? Is there an audio track? I doubt it. Most security footages do not have audio tracks.
Want to listen to it?
Never mind. Shut my mouth. What the hell?
Don't know. The audio data must have been transcoded into something else.
I don't understand anything from that.
Seen enough? I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Clover's interrogation goes on for a while, but it's all pretty much the same thing. Now, at 0 hours 10 minutes, things suddenly change. Here.
Hey, they're gone. I watched Clover move slowly closer to Luna, who backed away almost as if she were frightened. We see her advance, so she disappeared below the bottom edge of the screen.
Yeah, this is the only one that I found. Shouldn't be too hard to guess what happened after you've seen the next part, though.
Clover leaves. She looked like she was kind of panicking.
Yeah, this is about 1 minute and 40 seconds after they both left the frame. So 0 hours 11 minutes 40 seconds.
Like Clover left Luna well, yeah, we know she dies.
Hold on. Wait until you've seen the whole thing before you start deducing.
That's hard, though.
At 0 hours 12 minutes, another person comes in, just missing her.
Interesting. He's disappeared too, down below the bottom of the frame. What's he up to?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that whatever it was, he doesn't want us to know about it. Remember what he said when you asked him about Quark?
Yeah.
How the fuck would I know? I've been here.
Exactly. So he knew about Luna before the rest of us. You're saying... Well, obviously. He wasn't on the floor of the warehouse the whole time. He went to the crew quarters after we left him.
Yeah. So what would have been important enough for him to lie about it? We should consider that it might have been something bad.
Well, Dio just does all of the bad things in this game for what I've noticed. Whatever it was, it happened during this time.
Yeah, I think so.
Now he left. It looks like he left in a hurry.
Maybe he heard a noise. The cyan door opening? Now, 10 seconds after Dio leaves, a fourth person shows up.
This is probably Kay.
That brings us to 0 hours, 13 minutes, 10 seconds.
Yep. When he heard Kay open the cyan door, he panicked. Where he's up to, he didn't want Kay to catch him at it.
And then Kay disappears too.
A little on the frame, just like the others.
If Kay was telling the truth, this is where he begins to try and resuscitate Luna. Anyway, nothing happens for the next 16 minutes.
Holy crap, 60 minutes is a long time.
It's just this. So I'll fast forward, alright? Alright, should be around here.
It's a very long file recording, though.
1 sec. Okay, you should see something you recognize in a minute here.
There's Kay coming back from the bottom of the frame. He's checking the time on his bracelet. So we come full circle, huh?
Yeah. We're back to 21 minutes before the primary doors open. For our arbitrary time code, that's 0 hours and 29 minutes. 1 minute later, at 0 hours 30 minutes, Kay heads to the Floor A warehouse.
As he gets there, he'll tell us about Luna's death.
That's all the footage I wanted to show you. I've looked at it carefully, and I think it has something to tell us.
So the question is, who... My guess is that Clover shoved Luna. Luna hit the back of her head and fell down. Clover freaked out, ran out, and then Dio killed her off, because Dio definitely is the murderous type. But it's also possible, although I don't know why Dio would lie about it, other than the fact he doesn't trust anyone. He killed Luna, right?
Well, I can't say for sure. This footage makes for pretty shaky evidence. But it does suggest a very likely culprit. Who do you think it is?
For the footage of my head. Clover and Luna enter the room. For 9 minutes, Clover aggressively questions Luna. At 10 minutes in, they both move out of the frame. And then Clover exits the room looking panicked. 12 minutes. That's the other weird thing. Was he waiting outside? Dio enters the room. He also immediately exits the frame. So likely Dio was no good during this period. Dio exits the room. 10 seconds later, Kay enters the room. At 29 minutes, he loses his bracelet. There seems to be only one conclusion. Darn it, I was afraid I would actually ask this. So, we know that she was killed. It's Dio. And the reason it's Dio is because it makes an the tranquilizer shot is a weird choice for someone when the knife is nearby. Most people are going to go for the knife. But if Luna's already unconscious because Clover shoved her, it's Dio. Kay would not spend 16 minutes giving an injection, so Dio.
What makes you so sure?
He was up to something.
And you think that something was killing Luna? It's not a very strong argument.
That's not my argument.
Right now, the most likely suspect is Clover.
Why? Luna gets away alive after Clover left the room. Dio and Kay both been in the room after Clover. Either of them could have been killed Luna as well.
That is true. This footage isn't enough to tell us who the killer is. But if we take one other thing into account, then she starts to look a lot more guilty. What Dio said to us at the White Doors. Kay wanted us to go into the White Doors, right? You told him you wouldn't leave 3 people behind to die. What did Dio say to you?
Use your fucking head for once. You're gonna get us killed.
He would only have said that if he knew that only 2 of us would be going through the door.
Interesting.
Do you understand?
Dio knew that we had Luna's bracelet. So maybe he also knew she was dead.
Exactly. If he hadn't known she was dead, he would have said something else.
Okay, that's a decent point.
He would have objected the moment Kay suggested we go through the door.
It's impossible. Let's just go through without Luna.
But he said nothing. Almost as if he never expected her to be there in the first place. Now why would he do that? I can think of 2 reasonable explanations.
That Clover killed him or that he killed her.
Either Luna was already dead when Dio entered room 2 in the crew quarters, or he killed her himself. If the latter was correct, however, I suspect he would have behaved differently. If Dio had killed Luna, he would have made sure to do something that he thought would cast suspicion off of himself.
That is fair. Like, Clover definitely is the more suspicious in action, but the use of that, needle gun is what throws me off.
Most likely, he would have asked about her absence.
Of course, Xenon Defy wouldn't be able to do the White Door without her.
Although it clearly wouldn't provide an ironclad alibi, I imagine he'd think it would make him less suspicious. That's why it's relevant that he said nothing about Luna. Of course, this doesn't mean he's innocent of killing her, but it does make it seem a lot less likely.
That's a very fair point. Although I still think my reasoning is also fairly okay.
So, if what I'm saying is correct, what does it mean?
If you in the room, Luna was already dead.
Exactly.
Then what did he do?
Clover also has a motive. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that's what the argument was about.
The movement of the AB rooms convinced Alice that Luna had killed the old woman. Once Clover realized that, she probably started to think that Luna had killed Alice to keep her from telling anyone else the truth. She probably led Luna to the crew quarters to confront her.
Well, except that she wasn't leading.
Maybe she hoped seeing Alice's corpse would cause Luna to confess. Maybe she knew something we don't. But Clover didn't get what she wanted. Luna didn't confess.
Luna's awesome!
Then, during her interrogation, something happened. It's hard to say what, Luna might have said something that set Clover off. Or maybe she admitted to a crime she didn't commit just to get Clover to stop. Whatever it was, something happened that drove Clover to murder.
Possibly. I'm still not 100% sure because we still have the syringe gun. Which is a very strange decision. And when did Clover get the injection gun?
I would guess after she went through the yellow door.
You and your speculation.
She would have been exploring the infirmary with Alice and Kay. That seems the most likely place to find it. Anyway, this is all just a theory, right? We don't have any proof, so keep it quiet, okay?
Not a problem. Yeah, I know. Oh, there was one last thing. Is there any other clues that showed anything?
No. Nothing to tell us where Clover, Tenmyoji, and Quark went. And nothing about the old woman or Alice's murders either.
Well, that's disappointing.
Still unknown.
Alright, now let's go find Clover. I guess we're not going to know the truth unless we get it straight from the horse's mouth. Well, Clover's probably dead, in all honesty. Because if Quark is still missing, that means they didn't go through the yellow door, or the white doors. Shouldn't we be able to see that? Because there was a camera in that room.
I wonder if Clover's even alive.
Exactly. I swear, I think Fi is the white-haired female version of me in this game. She has to be.
I sure hope so.
Heading back. So the question is are Kay and Dio going to be just hanging out here? Because that is the golden question, the golden ticket. Warehouse number A.
Yeah. Alright, let's start looking. We'll go through the crew quarters and work our way toward the elevator. Got it?
Yeah. Wonder what we're looking for, because don't we somewhat suspect that they will be... I mean, either hang out in the lounge or go back into the white doors and wait for them to come out, right? That's what I think we should do.
You search rooms 1 and 2.
But there's a dead body in one of those.
I'll take 3 and 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 is the one most likely to have something relevant. Alice. Luna. Learning about death is how it turns a person into a thing. It's a thing that looks like your friend, but it's not them anymore. It's just a strange, cold shell. When you look at it, you feel a little coldness creeping in on the edges of your soul. Seeing death puts a heavy ball of lead in your stomach that just sits there. I turned and I left the room. Okay, so nothing in room 2.
No good. There's no one in 3 or 4. What about yours?
Same. No living people in 1 and 2. That ball pressed against the insides of my abdomen. Back against the wall and got a long, weary sigh.
What's wrong? You need to get it together.
Shut up!
What are we doing right now?
You're talking without moving your lips, which is creepy. Looking for the others.
Right. I know how you feel, but sitting around being miserable isn't gonna help anybody. Let's go.
Yeah, you're right. I turned and headed out the door at the far end. Got myself off the wall and followed. Man, it's going to have us do a slow tour of everything, isn't it? So this is theoretically where the needle gun came from, right? Uh-oh, the music's changing. What are you showing me? First I felt was that strange cold sweat of terror. My stomach clenched in protest, pushing a wave of bile and nausea into my throat. The ball turned to ice, and my legs began to tremble under its weight before they finally gave way and collapsed. They were dead. I could feel it the moment I looked at them, but I didn't want to believe it. So why would someone do that? They were dead anyway if they couldn't find Quark. Why do this? Perhaps they were just sleeping. I see redness right here. Oh, and yep, there is one of their bracelets. I don't see Clover's bracelet. It's probably given her position behind her legs here. Feeling her skin under my shaking fingers, touching the hope I had left. I wrapped a trembling hand around the edge of the bed and pulled myself onto it. When I closed my eyes, I could still see them. My heart hammered away at my ribs. My chest felt so tight I could barely breathe. Of those long, deep breaths. So yeah. Clover, Quark, and Dameol are all basically confirmed dead. Because if these two are here, then even if unless Quark got to the number 9 door and got out, he's going to be, killed off as soon as the time expires. So they're all dead, so it's only the 4 of us. Which means K is probably Zero Senior, because we know K is the killer, or we know Dio is the old lady's killer. I guess Phi could also be Zero Senior. It's down to the 2 people I want to trust the most. Finally, I opened my eyes.
They were in a blind spot. The security camera. Remember how we didn't see anything in the real-time feed in the security room?
I guess the partition was in the way.
Yeah.
They're handcuffed together.
Yeah. Whoever did this really didn't want them going anywhere. The chain's been looped around the pipe below the sink.
Yeah, it keeps them from leaving. They've been trapped here with the doors closed.
Look, see the red marks on their wrists? They were trying to get the handcuffs off.
Well, obvious. Why would they willingly do this?
Probably not.
It's cut on Dameol's left hand. Probably from a knife or something similar. It must have been deep.
And the blood on his clothes probably came from that wound. Don't see any others, at least.
Why would you cut his wrist while you're handcuffing him?
If this was the only one, it doesn't look fatal. I don't think he died from this cut.
With the primary doors closed, they couldn't get to them. The needles in their bracelets activated and...
Yeah. You can see the marks on their wrists from where they were injected.
Okay, I actually thought that's what this was, but I didn't realize it was the handcuff.
The tubacurine must have killed them.
Maybe that's why they were handcuffed to the sink. If so, why did they cut Dameol's hand? That seems excessive.
They wouldn't have been able to get through the white doors without Quark.
Exactly what I thought when I saw them.
Someone wanted to use the penalty to kill them. They didn't need to tie them up.
Yeah, you got a point there.
I take back what I just said. Yeah.
What? If I bent down, picked up something and handed it to me. Cyan. Oh, damn. Okay, so they, at some point, the 2 of them found Quark's body. This was Quark's.
Correct. It has 9 BP, too. There's no mistake.
What is Quark's bracelet doing here? Wait, no, hold on. Quark's bracelet is here, then that means...
Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off.
No, this can't be happening. Not Quark, too.
Hey, Sigma. Calm down. Just because his bracelet's off doesn't mean Quark's dead. In fact, this could be good news. A ray of hope. Yeah, if Quark still had his bracelet on, then he would have ended up like Tenmyoji and Clover.
But the only problem is the only way his bracelet comes off is if he went through the number 9 door and then got his bracelet back outside of it somehow.
But he's not wearing it. That means he might have managed to avoid getting injected with tubocurarine.
The bracelet came off before the doors closed?
Yeah.
But that's impossible. So you don't go with your heart stops or when you escape.
Maybe he got out then.
I was like, he is able to escape. Right, he does have 9 BP. You think he escaped and came back and left his bracelet here? So the number 9 door only opens once. He was able to get outside, he couldn't come back in.
Why do you have to be so pessimistic?
Fi, you were the last one that can talk to me about that.
Have you actually seen Quark dead? Huh? You need to think positive, Sigma.
You need to be a realist, Fi.
Reality is what we believe it to be.
So you're saying this is what we wanted to happen?
That's enough!
Stop hitting me!
Quark is definitely alive.
I don't really believe that.
He has to be. He has to be.
He actually doesn't.
I refuse to believe he isn't. I can't let an innocent kid like that get killed.
What happens if she meant Clover and Tenmyoji weren't innocent? And they had deserved to die, but... yeah, that's... Don't be pedantic. No one likes that. Fighting wasn't going to help us. We just hope that Fi was right. Perhaps Quark was alive somewhere. And with that, we'll go ahead and end this episode. Join me next time when we hopefully run into Kay and Dio, because we're kind of running out of people to talk to. And Fi is being unusually and unpredictably, optimistic, and let's assume the best is happening with no real reason to. Very out of character for her, frankly. See you then, guys.